Welcome back, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. Please smash that like and subscribe button. It helps us so much. Also, big shout out to all those who listen to us on the audio podcast. Welcome. I'm your host, plastic surgeon Dr. Bruce Hermann. With me, as always, is the amazing Sarah.
Hi.
In the box, we got Travis. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Doing good. It's Friday again, and we're here having fun, making podcasts.
Yes.
It's a good day.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
All right.
it's a pretty day outside.
Actually,
too.
it's been great. The weather's like getting a little bit cooler, although I heard it's supposed to get hot again next week,
but not hundreds anymore.
not hundreds, yeah.
I think it's supposed to be 100 tomorrow, but like
Shush.
literally just like 100 degrees. I'll take 100 though.
100's not bad. I hate
Yeah.
that. It's so funny. I guess in August, I can't remember. It was sometime in the middle of August. I walked outside, because I'm in the hospital all day, and it's kind of cold in there, and so
Yeah.
you like when you walk out in August in Texas in the summer, it's like you're walking into like a furnace.
Yeah.
Like it's so hot. And I walked outside, and I was like, oh man, it's actually nice today. Like it's a nice day outside. It wasn't like, I didn't feel like it was super hot, and I was like, I wonder where the temperature is. I looked, it was like 94.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, oh, this feels perfect. When you're used to like 104, like 94 feels.
90 with some shade feels okay.
Oh man, it feels like you're in heaven.
Yeah.
But yeah, the weather's been getting nice. So any big plans? Anybody exciting stuff?
I'm going to medieval times.
Get out! Are you going to medieval times?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how fun! I've been before.
That's all I'm doing, I think, this week.
Are you gonna like get down there and participate?
No,
Can you
I
do
don't
that?
think
I guess
so.
you can't. They won't let you down there.
I think like little kids can do stuff. Like,
Oh.
I mean, I guess you can pay to like do stuff.
Are you
but-
gonna eat like the turkey leg like with your hand? I guess you have to eat with your hands.
Yeah,
right?
they don't give you silverware
Oh
except
my
for the
God.
soup.
Although I'm gonna be honest with you, Sarah. Don't take this wrong. I can totally see you. Like you have no problem doing that. I think.
Using my hands to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be all over that. A lot of girls would be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna use my hands to eat this greasy chicken or whatever it is."
Nah,
but,
I'm good.
yeah, I feel like you'd be good.
A friend
yeah.
of mine went to medieval times one time with their dad, and their dad fell into the moat. Like when you first walked in,
Was
like,
he drunk?
No, I think he just was like really clumsy. But he fell into the moat, and they
Oh my
had to
God.
go home.
They had to go home. What did they
They
throw
got
him out?
kicked out.
No, he was wet.
Oh,
He didn't want to buy like a.
you
Like
could have bought like
cloak.
a suit of armor or
Oh,
something.
probably so. No, probably
Dude,
so.
I thought at first you were
That
telling me
is
he
so
got thrown
wild.
out of medieval times.
No.
Like, I mean, how bad do you have to mess up to get tossed out of medieval times?
just
It's
fell
like
into
getting
the
thrown
water.
out of like Walmart or something. Like
Thanks.
it's just like hard to do.
Thanks.
Gosh.
You got anything, Travis, this weekend?
So I'm getting people registered to vote. This
Oh, are you?
weekend. Yeah,
Oh,
I
good.
am.
That's always a good thing.
I'll be in Fort Worth helping people register to vote.
All
this
right.
weekend. Yeah.
Excellent work, man.
Yes,
Get out
indeed.
there.
That's
Trying.
cool.
Good job. All right, let's roll into some segments. So, we just, I guess it was a couple weeks ago, did a segment on Ozempic and the GLP-1 agonist, and we were talking about, remember, it was the huge benefits to people who are obese, that they had a much less chance of sudden death if they were taking Ozempic or one of the similar drugs. And even in that episode, I said, man, we're really not seeing like any bad
Negative
things happen
things,
with
yeah.
this drug, right? Well, I guess the universe is pulling a fast one on me or trolling me or something, because this week, man, a story popped up about Lottie Moss, who is the sister of supermodel Kate Moss, and she overdosed on Ozempic, ended up in the hospital, had a seizure.
Why is she taking Ozempic, though?
Well, that is a good question that we will definitely talk about. So in this, she was on her pod. I guess Lottie Moss. I don't know who Lottie Moss is. You guys
Never
ever heard of her?
No.
I mean, I know Kate Moss, but I
Yeah.
guess Lottie Moss is like maybe somewhat known. Maybe, I don't know. Travis, Lottie Moss? No.
No, I'm not familiar with Kate Moss either, though.
You don't know who Kate
She's a
Moss
model.
is?
Maybe if I see her, maybe I know.
She was
her.
that supermodel from the 90s who weighed like 80 pounds. Like she was like that super. She didn't really weigh 80 pounds, or maybe she probably wasn't too far off. She was like that supermodel that was like super thin,
Okay.
like too thin. Like I was like, things are getting out
Like
of hand here.
skeleton.
Yeah, she was
gosh.
really thin. Anyway, so
Yeah.
so Lottie Moss is her sister, and she's got a podcast. And so on her podcast this week, she was on talking about her Ozempic experience, and man, she was super negative about it,
Yeah.
like really negative. So I got a video. Roll that video. It's about a minute long. So.
Really, really big fad that's going on right now is Ozempic, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I definitely tried it. When I tell you it was the worst decision I ever made. So if this is a warning to anyone, please, if you're thinking about doing it, do not take it. Like, it's so not worth it. So I took it for 2 weeks and I've never felt so sick in my life. It's not like you can stop taking it. It's like a pill or something that you just don't take when you wake up in the morning. Like, it's in your system. I felt so sick one day. I said to my friend, like, I can't keep any water down. I can't keep any food down, like no liquids, nothing. I need to go to the hospital. Like, I feel really sick. We're waiting in the ER. It's taking forever. We go and see one of the nurses. She sent me to the emergency room. I got wheelchaired through the hospital. At one point, I went to the bathroom, felt really sick, and I felt like I was gonna pass out. And I said to her, like, I feel something's happening, like, I don't feel good. As soon as I get into the room where I get seen by another nurse, I literally had a seizure from how dehydrated I was, which honestly was the scariest thing that's ever happened to me in my life.
Man, scary stuff, right?
Yeah.
Got to go to the hospital, having a seizure. So she started taking Ozempic. In 2 weeks, she lost 11% of her body weight. In 2 weeks. Like, that is an insane amount. And
What was her body weight at the beginning?
yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why she's
Sarah,
sick.
like, already knows where I'm going with this. Like, she's reading my mind. Yep, you're exactly right. So she lost 2 weeks. She lost 11% of her body weight, which was about 14 pounds. She was vomiting continuously. She got severely dehydrated. When you get severely dehydrated, your electrolytes get out of balance, and you can absolutely have a seizure. So, actually pretty dangerous stuff. And of course, she releases this thing. There's a lot of people on social media saying, "Oh my God, this is so terrible. This drug isn't safe." I mean, what do you guys think?
It's probably because she was not overweight at all, and her doctor gave her the wrong dosage.
Oh, it gets better than that. So first off, let's talk about the indications for Ozempic. I mean, you're 100% on track here, Sarah. Like, you're on the right pathway. So Ozempic for weight loss, recommendation is for BMI of 30 or greater, okay, or a BMI of 27 with at least one weight comorbidity. Now, so for those who aren't familiar with BMI, anything over 30 is considered obese. 25 to 30 is overweight. Normal is considered 18.5 to 25, right? So Lottie Moss's BMI, 21.
Yeah.
Like, she's on the lower end of normal.
Yeah.
You hit the nail on the head. Like, what was the doctor thinking? Well, I got one more video. Roll it up.
I was not feeling happy with my weight. I had a friend and she could get it for me. And it was kind of below board, I'm not going to lie. It was from a doctor, but it wasn't like you go into the doctor's office and he gives it to you, prescribes it to you, he takes your blood pressure, and he takes all of these tests, which is what you need if you're going to go on something like Ozempic. The amount that I was taking was actually meant for people who are 100 kilos and over, and I'm in the 50s range. But anyway, I took it. My friend had got it for me.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Now what do you think?
She must have been.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what to say.
That's really sad.
Yeah, if you take medications, that, I mean, this is a great example of how even benign medications can be dangerous if you don't take them properly. I mean, I consider Ozempic fairly benign. I mean, obviously, and she's an example of you can have some really bad side effects that can be dangerous, and that goes with every medication.
Yeah.
Even things like Tylenol.
It's almost like she was treating it like she was just like gonna pop a diet pill or something. You
Yeah.
know, when diet pills used to be like really popular.
Oh yeah, I mean they're still out there, but yeah. I mean, I don't. I'm kind of like, I'm not like mad, but like I feel a little. What's the right word? Just like upset that she's out there like bad mouthing these GLP-1 agonists, that they're so dangerous, when she basically just got like off the street,
Yeah.
and didn't consult anybody on how to properly take it.
But maybe it's good that she's talking about it. Like, don't do what I did.
Yeah,
kind of situation.
yeah, that's actually a really good point. Well, except that's not how she really phrased it
I know.
I
but
watched her.
She just wants the.
Well, I will say now we're
people to
talking
view
about
it.
Lottie
Yeah.
Moss, who none of us even knew who she was,
Yeah,
and I actually
that's
watched some
what
of her
she wanted.
podcasts.
Yeah.
I know, right? It's like maybe I should go do something really dumb, and then more people will watch me. I
Yeah,
don't
just
know.
name our shows like absolutely like not what it's really about.
Yeah, right. So yeah, if you take double the dose of something, it's going to have bad effects. And so, she took double the dose. Her stomach basically quit working. She wasn't passing anything, and then she just starts, throwing up and gets really dehydrated and ends up having a seizure. I mean, none of this is unexpected, really.
Yeah.
I hope that, and I don't think it will. I mean, I think, I think that most people realize if you take a drug without a doctor's, direction, that you can't
Not
really
the
blame.
best. You're not going to have the greatest.
You're not gonna have a great outcome. And
Yeah.
you shouldn't blame the medication for that.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a lot of people that are taking semaglutide, and I don't think we've had anybody quit taking it. I mean, people will say, yeah, you have side effects at first, but generally they pass and they're not bad. But also we're careful about prescribing it. It also brings up the question of why is a girl with a BMI of 21 taking Ozempic?
Yeah.
I mean, I've had people say to me, I think I'm going to take Ozempic, that were clearly, not really needing Ozempic.
Yeah.
And I talked to them. I was like, look, you don't need to do that. Like you're either, if you want to lose some weight, that's fine. But I mean, this is like overkill.
Yeah.
Like
Dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, well, the danger is, I mean, I think she could have safely taken it, but you can't take a dose for an obese person that weighs 250 pounds if you weigh 130 pounds.
Yeah.
That was what she weighed, by the way. Did I tell you?
She said 100. You didn't say it, but she said 100 kilos. I have no idea what that means.
Well, she was taking a dose 400 kilos,
Yeah.
so that's
And she
220.
said she was
and she weighs
50
like 50 something kilos. So 50 something would be like between 120 and 130 pounds.
Yeah.
But she's tall. She's 5'6".
Yeah, so she doesn't need to be taking it.
No,
at all.
she doesn't need to be taking Ozempic. So, and I guess it's kind of sad that she felt like she needed to take Ozempic. I mean, that's another thing you could talk about in this story is like, what kind of pressure is she under that she feels like she has a BMI of 21 and she's too heavy? I mean,
Yeah, well, I guess it's just the environment she's in.
yeah, she's
Hollywood.
kind of
thing.
I don't know if she's famous or not. I mean,
Well, her
some people-
sister is, so
Yeah.
she's around all those.
Yeah,
all
that's
those
true.
people
Yeah.
that
And
are,
plus her sister was a supermodel, so
yeah, who was famous for being like
for being thin. Yeah.
really, really thin. Yeah.
So, well, interesting story.